Welcome to a new episode of Trigger and Truth. Today, I want to invite, for the first time, and maybe the only time, I want to invite an audience to this conversation that I want to have today. I want to invite all of you Aryan-raced individuals. All of you 3 to 8%ers to my platform for a discussion. Right? It's come to my attention. There's been some things happening ever since your Antichrist president has entered the White House. Right? Your savior, not mine.
Yeah, please.
What's the top concession you want out of Canada? The top concession you want out of Canada?
Concession?
Yes.
Friendship.
But that's not a concession.
No, we're going to be friends with Canada. Regardless of anything, we're going to be friends with Canada. Canada is a very special place to me. I know so many people that live in Canada. My parents had relatives that lived in Canada, my mother in particular. And I love Canada. I have a lot of respect for the Canadians. Wayne Gretzky, I mean, how good, the great one. You happen to have a very, very good hockey player right here on the Capitals, who I have a lot of respect. He is a big, tough cookie, too. Just broke the record, and he's a great guy. And
the White House that my ancestors built, that White House, right? The land that my people built, this land, right? I want to come to you guys today in discussion because it's time to address you. It's time for you to be addressed. Right? You guys have been doing some things in my generation, right, that I have not been able to witness. Right? And I'm not saying that they haven't happened, because social media brings things to the light. It brings your racism to the light. It brings your hatred to the light. It brings your evil wickedness, your sinister ways to the light. Right? It shows us who our enemies are. You guys have shown who you are. Some of you claim that you're Christians. Some of you claim that you're religious people in general. Tell me where. Show me where in the scripture that you would be the chosen people. I want to know. I want to know. Where does this behavior in the book allude to you being the chosen people? And the thing is, I'm not even saying that you've ever said that you're the chosen people. But for some reason, I believe that you think that you are a chosen people. So show me where it would be that you are synonymous to a child of God. Don't worry, I'll wait. But what I do have here is something, and we'll see which one I want to read to you. Verily, Pharaoh behaved arrogantly in the earth and divided the people into sections. He sought to weaken one section of them, slaughtering their sons and sparing their women. Certainly, he was one of the mischief makers. Slaughtering their sons and sparing their women and children. Verily, they are the mischief makers. So tell me who that sound like. That sound like the opposite of the children of the Most High. So for all you hating ass, and the thing about me is, y'all running around, from what I could see, dropping the N-bomb. Crazy.
Child the word? It is my own business. You call him a Okay, why don't you have the balls to say it right now again? Okay. Alright, that's what you say.
And for every N-bomb, like I said on my last episode, I have a name that I can call you. There's about 5 of them I can think about right now, and 2 of them that I made up myself. But that's not the response that I'm going to give you today. Instead, I want to talk about some things that you guys have been up to, right? With your big, bad, bold selves. But you're never bold in person. I'm going to keep saying this until you get bold enough to be bold in person. Because all of this yapping, I got a camera, I could be talking crazy to you. All of this yapping y'all doing on the internet is not moving anything. What am I going to be sitting here doing? Yelling at you through the internet? Upset that you called a 5-year-old the N-word? How sick must you be to call a 5-year-old the N-word? But we're not even going to talk about that. We're not even going to start off with that right now. Because I do want to start off with Sinners, the movie that I just seen. That's what has really brought me here today to speak to you. Because after all the chaos that I've seen, you know, in the news, in the tabloids, on the blogs, whatever, on the internet, whatever, is what brought me to watch Sinners. Let me see what this movie is about for myself. It said, stay away from them people. That's what the movie is about. Stay away from them people. So let me see if that's what the movie is about. So today, as I'm watching Sinners, I'm going to decode some of the messages as well for my people. Right? Because one thing about white people is you guys will go to the movie theaters, watch everything that we do, because we're some of the most entertaining, creative people, innovative people. Add this to the collection so y'all can see the collection. My people, I want y'all to see the collection and go out and read some of these books. Let's move this to the front. You guys will go out and watch our creations, get on the internet and say, I love that movie. That movie was the best movie since Blade. The delusion is crazy. Do y'all even understand the messages of the movies? And the thing is, I'm going to say this. I know that all of you are not bad. I know that some of you guys have the blood of my people in you. Right? Amalgamations. But if you're silent, you're complicit. So I need you to be loud. Every time your people do something, I need you to be an activist. Because what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to try to figure out who's good. Right? And you're not going to be able to pull the reverse card on me. Because I don't have my hate in my heart for nobody. Alright? You could call me any name in the book. Still don't hate you. Don't really like you. Really can get about my face. But hate isn't the term that I would like to use. More of disgust is the term that I like to use. How disgusting an individual could be. And inhumane. But then you have to say, you are inhumane. Humanity doesn't exist in you. genetically, biologically. But I know that. Why? Because I read anthropology, right? Science. I don't just go to the fictional books. I want to know the truth. So I go to the people who study DNA, study biology, study human traits, human characteristics, psychology, all right? Environment, history, what was going on over there in Europe, all right? Those are things that I know. I know that the Neanderthal was a savage to the Caucasian woman, and the white woman was nothing but a slave to the white man. And it was brutal back there in those old European days. I mean, pure savagery. Back to the movie. Sinners. Right? A movie about, to me, the best word that I can use to identify the movie is merging. The vampires wanting to merge viciously with the Aboriginal people. And it doesn't matter, right? You guys created segregation, right? Post-slavery. And we were okay. Some of us. But then you wanted to forge your way. You want to forge your way to amalgamate with us. Just like when you were over there in Europe. And you couldn't, and you decided to come out of your caves and into other lands. And to take gunpowder from the Chinese. And you took the gunpowder from the Chinese, who weren't using it for evil, but you decided you wanted to use it for evil, because that's what you were sent here to do. You were sent here for evil. You are the forbidden tree of knowledge. That's what you are. And we were warned. And we made the mistake. And God is punishing us for that mistake. And like in Sinners, you guys don't just ask and take no. You guys forge your way to merge with us. You hate us so bad. But wherever we go, there you are. Forcing yourselves onto us. Taking our ideals. Stealing. Black people invented everything. And almost everything in here was created by an Aboriginal person. And when I say in here, I mean in this world today that you see. It started off with the patent of an Aboriginal person. And what were you doing on the plantations? You were stealing our ideas. And then the one thing you created was the patent. So after you stole our ideas, you have to buy a patent for it. Knowing that we couldn't afford that. That's a conversation for another day. And then we are spiritual. So we're already one with God. We don't need a book to tell us that we are one with God. We don't need a book for God's message. Ancestrally, God has provided us with all of these messages in the book. But what you did was, you took the book, altered it, then gave it forcibly. In Africa, in America, and all over the world. Did you force the Bible onto my people and indoctrinated them to abandon their spiritual connection and rituals with the Most High? See, we didn't need weapons for protection. That's your voodoo. That's your hoodoo. That's your witchcraft. All we needed was our mind and whatever God provided us in the earth. So as you see in that movie, the most discerning individual was a black Aboriginal woman.
Just step aside and let me on in now.
Why you need him to do that? You big and strong enough to push past us?
Well, that wouldn't be too polite now, would it, Miss Annie? I don't know why I'm talking to you anyway. Smoke.
Don't talk to him. You talking to me right now. Why you can't just walk your big ass up in here without an invite, huh? Go ahead. Admit to it.
Admit to what?
That you dead.
And we call that women's intuition. So, like myself and many others, we have been provided by the ancestors with a gift of intuition, a gift of discernment, to understand who is with us and who is against us. See, but what you did is you stripped us from our ancestral practices. So the only person in the movie that knew how to protect was the black woman, the protector. And then we had the black man who was the Muslim. But you always neutralize us. You see how they were neutralized? By the woman in the movie, when you couldn't tell if she was white, if she was black. Just like in the scene with Sammy. He said, well, what are you? In all due respect to my light-skinned Aboriginal queens, because we do know that black people can create all people.
Who told this lady she was black? My mom and my daddy. Because on a birth certificate, age of father was 35, colored. Colored race of mother, colored.
So is your mom white or is your dad white?
Oh no, they're both black. So what are you mixed with?
I'm just black. My light skin, with blonde hair, just black.
And when they say, you guys are treating the world like it's black and it's white, that's because it is. That's because every melanated being came from an Aboriginal dark-skinned queen. And then you'll say that white people came from albinism. And I'm not here to dispute that. But genetically, there is an amalgam in there with a species that only the white man has, and the Chinese and the Asian man. Right? So, he asked the woman, well, what are you? Then she says, my mom's grandpa is black or something. Somebody's black. Right? Which would make her black. But only if she identifies as black. We have to stop trying to make mixed people black if they don't identify. Because just like in the movie and just like how I have always described, a mixed person is neutralized. So somebody recently said, and I might add the clip here, that mixed people are something's wrong with them, right? Mental illness, etc. I will say I halfway agree with that, but I do believe it is an identity crisis. And that may be due to society as well. It's not just them. It's you ain't black enough. You ain't white enough. I'll never say that. You say I'm black, you mixed, I'm black. That's all I gotta hear. Thank you. But as you see in the movie, is one, the Aboriginal queen, I'm not worried about money. You coming over here with that money stuff. Then you see the mixed chick, when it was time to go get the vampires, talking about, I'll go see what they want. They gonna trust me. Then she go take her silly rabbit ass out there and get ate up. But symbolically, for me, the symbolism, and it may not been, Ryan Coogler may have not been making the connection, but I'm making the connection, is that mixed people are easily to be neutralized when it comes to betraying our people, casting our people into the fire with the enemy. Because I'm half of that. I can relate. Then you see all the mixed athletes and all the males, and what do they go and marry? Black queens forever, snow bunnies never. You heard him.
Black queens forever, snow bunnies never. I said black queens forever, snow bunnies never. Black queens forever, snow bunnies never. I said black queens forever, snow bunnies never. I said black queens forever, snow bunnies never.
And that's why. Because now you're neutralizing your genetic, your biology. And the only way that a people can survive, the only way the vampires can survive, is through the melanin.
Is it true that white people need us to survive?
Hell yeah. Without melanin, they can't survive. Matter of fact, if you look at the statistics, white people are dying right now. They are dying more than they're repopulating. And
the vampires are allergic to what? We're not talking about garlic. We're talking about when that sun come up, the vampires gotta hit the hay. They gotta be in a
need melanin. For the sun can charge them and make them supernatural like it does us. We are supernatural people. We are an eternal people. We really is. We are a reflection of God itself. And we can prove this through biology.
They can't be in no fishbowl. Alright? The sun. Symbolism. So when you say there ain't no vampires out here, I would beg to differ. Another thing I could take from the movie is the Asians. Cool people. I don't really have no problem with them. You know? Few might have followed you through the store. Don't know. They might act like they're cool with you. Don't know. I don't know what their motive is. I don't know what their agenda is. I know that they are very secondary to the Asian man. They half of that. So in the movie, what do they do? How are they in the movie? Because they owning everything. You go to the fish market. He go to the fish market. He need this. Then they go across the street. He need that. Who's owning both places in the Negro neighborhood? So as I watch that movie, I'm actually watching the movie and it's making me sad. And it's making me sad because of the conditions that we are in today. They haven't changed. They're getting worse. And the truth means nothing to people no more. I can sit down, anthropology, give you science, give you history, coming from Caucasian giants, anthropology giants, about who the Aboriginal people are. I can add some clips here, and you guys will ignore the truth. The thing about me is I'm rich in spirit. I'm rich in who I am. So it's nothing nobody can tell me that's different. I know who I am. I know who my people are. I know where I come from. Right? But when I look into reality and I look at my people and the conditions that they are in and what they believe and how they want to amalgamate and how the dollar, a fucking piece of paper with a fucking slave master's face on it means to them. Money means nothing in a world of the free. Actually, money is what's keeping you in bondage. If all of you guys today, if the whole world today says, fuck that 1%, I'm not listening to y'all no more. I want to be free. Fuck money. I'm living here. Fuck y'all. Wouldn't nobody be able to do nothing with you. But, see, the game of the rat race is to divide. To divide and conquer. That's why I say I don't believe everybody is evil. I don't believe all of y'all with the DNA is evil. I believe some of you guys have been able to shake the curse. Right? But then there's a lot of you vampires who think that you are superior because you have privilege. I don't have that book here. But your little funky ass privilege. Your funky ass privilege that's built off hate. It must be miserable to live in a spirit, in a body, where you hating somebody who's not bothering you. Black people, I'm gonna tell you right now, this is now I'm getting into talking to y'all. The movie part is, I think I'm done with that. But now I'm talking to y'all. You're bothering people who don't even think about you. I'm gonna tell you right now, when black people get together, they don't think about how to hold white people down. They don't think about white people. The only time we talking about white people is when we talking about how ridiculous, some of the ridiculous shit that y'all be doing. That's it. And you bet not try it. And how you won't try it. Because you know what the fuck it is. You see Michael B. Jordan. You see the physique on that man. That man ain't no bodybuilder. Here we go. You seen Jonathan Majors. That man may be a bodybuilder. Don't know. But you see that physique on that man. Find y'all something safe to do. I'm going to be honest with you. Find you something safe to do. We all got guns now. Not all of us are scared to use them. Find you something safe to do. White women. I'm gonna tell you right now, as a black aboriginal, I don't even, because I ain't even talking that black stuff. As an aboriginal warrior, we're gonna get into that too. As a warrior, I'm telling you, find you something safe to do. Cause you can't do nothing with me. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You can't do. There's nothing I'm gonna turn you every way but loose. There's nothing that you can do with me, and you know that. Why you even want to play these games? I done seen a lady get spit on, and she held the camera while she whooped that woman's ass. Please find you something safe to do. Black men, real quick, I'm gonna address you real quick. Stop talking about black women so strong, black women so this, black women so that. Know your history. We are warriors. To say that you don't want a black woman to be strong and independent and a warrior is to say that you don't know who you are. And you wish that you was a European, you Negropean. You are suffering from a Stockholm syndrome. You are suffering from not knowing your roots, your ancestral ties. You ain't no better than a coon, if I'm being honest. Black women too strong, black women too this. That's a cop-out. How about you just say you don't like black women because you're a Negropean? Because the system has you in bondage. I'd rather you say that. But you don't even know that. Because you ain't woke. Your ass sleep. Your ass is tink tink.
Oh shit!
Is he hurt?
Did you see him drop?
Yes, I did. Jeremy, grab his legs, please. Take him to...
You get out, head ass nigga. But I ain't here to talk about y'all too much. That's your segment of the day. Black women too strong. You are pathetic. You are pitiful. Like I've been saying, a man ain't nothing but half of a woman with that X chromosome that keeps beating y'all asses. Think about that. Why you keep bitching up? Because you're half of one. Woo! I'll be trying not to come on here and go too crazy on you. Next topic. Next topic. You Aryan people, right? Who keep blurting out the N-word. I'm going to tell you one more time. The N-word is not as triggering as you think it is. I don't understand. Like, I feel like actually when you guys do it, we're dealing with children. Underdeveloped, psychological children. Underdeveloped, cognitive children. That's what I think of. That your brain should be studied. When one, it doesn't matter how much of a shithole your president will get you in. He doesn't care about your broke ass. And some of you think you got money, but to him, you're broke. It doesn't matter. You're actually soldiers to him. That's what people have to understand. Is when they're being used. You need to understand that you're being used. And that epigenetically, you have some psychological issues as well as biological issues. And I understand that. So to people like me, and as I educate my people more, it does not bother me when you say the N-word. The only thing that bothers me is the disrespect. So when you're on the internet, what I mean by that is when you're on the internet calling people N-words, it doesn't bother me. Right? If you say it to my face, that's direct disrespect, and you'll have to be directly dealt with. And I'm happy God has never placed one of you into my life where I have to take action against you, because I know what your Karen and Carl asses is going to do. But what I will say is, addressing the current events, calling a 5-year-old the N-word, and you're lucky. All respect to my, what looks like my East African brother. And he can be completely American because we come in all shades and we come in all features. But you should have got dealt with. I don't know where that child's mother was, but calling a 5-year-old the N-word and then acting like you were going to put your hands on that 5-year-old is something that needs to be dealt with. Forget the, it's hate speech, it's hate speech. You know, everybody wants to throw out, I know my people like to throw out like legal jargon and constitutional jargon and all of that, right? Humanity words, right? That means nothing. I need my people to know that it means nothing to these serpents, to these sinister beings. That means nothing to them. In the movie, going back to Sinners, right? I can use Sinners as some references. They said the only way, there's only one way. And if you watch the movie, you'll know the one way. Right? The young man that's sitting in jail after he got his eye for an eye. Because it's a problem when we do it, but not a problem when they do it. When are y'all going to wake up, my people, to the games that is being played in your faces? Chop down some trees, give you $1 million for killing your seed. But that has to stop. That has to come to an end. There's no amount of money. And the soul of an aboriginal lives forever. So, dropping the N-bomb, right? Then you see how they play, how you guys are playing in our faces by donating hundreds of thousands of dollars. But black people, right? This is the segment where I talk to my people. Aboriginal people, indigenous people. When something happens to our people, we have to stop being our worst critic. You see how they move when something happens in their community? They don't say that person's wrong. They go donate to the GoFundMe. They go set up the GoFundMe, then donate to the GoFundMe. And make sure they put it in your face. I can't be mad at that. The only thing I can be mad at is that you don't do the same thing for your people. Because I'm stepping for mine. From here on out, I don't want to hear a Negroid, copper-colored, dark skin, light skin, in between, Aboriginal, crying about what they doing. Shaming another Aboriginal for his vengeance. It's time. It's that time. It's that time. It's that time. You can't win a game if you see the playbook and you don't take notes from the playbook. And then you got this might be the last topic. Alright, because there's three things. Just the lady who was it was the lady who was talking crazy to the kid. That she should have got dealt with. I must keep saying she should have got dealt with. That's the first person I wanted to talk about. Then I want to talk about the influencer, trad wife, whoever the hell that is. Whatever the hell that is. Whatever the hell that means. What the hell is this lady's name? Lily Gaddis. A trad wife influencer. No idea what the hell a trad wife is. No idea what the fuck she does.
Do you use the N-word out of interest?
Yes.
You would?
I do quite frequently.
You use the N-word quite frequently. Well, why? Other than the fact you're a despicable racist. Are you?
Some would say I am. I guess according to the ADL, I'm a white supremacist. I'm a neo-Nazi.
Yeah, well, if you use the N-word repeatedly, you are a racist then, are you? Are you?
Sure, I'll embrace that. If that means forwarding, helping white people achieve freedom of speech, real freedom of speech, which, by the way...
You just said to me you use the N-word regularly. In what context?
Right.
Do you use it with black people?
Yes, if it's appropriate.
When would it be appropriate to use the N-word?
Black people.
When would it be appropriate?
Anytime I feel like it.
So you're an unashamed racist?
Correct.
Helping white people achieve real freedom of speech. But I can get up here and say the simplest thing and get censored. So black people, understand, white people is going to look out for white people right now. White people, right? My message to you is stop hiding behind your cameras. Come outside and get dealt with, or shut the fuck up. You're not Christians. You're not children of God. Let's cut the bullshit. Let's cut it. You're not the Aboriginal people of the world. There's no way, if you say everybody came from Africa, that you could survive that climate. You can't even survive the climate in freaking Trinidad, let alone Africa. Stop playing with our people, because you know who we are. And for those of you that trailer park dummies who don't know, who don't have a clue who we are, I'm telling you who we are. And that's why we sit back and we don't really have the spirit to do nothing to you. Because we really those people. The reason why Kyrie Irving lost his endorsements, because we are those people. How many people have Africa colonized? Africa may have helped you with your colonization, but how many people outside of their own people has Africa colonized? You're over there trying to kill Ibrahim Traore, just like you did Gaddafi. And I'll give that one to Obama. But really, do I give it to him if he's taking orders from somebody else as well? Because with a wife like Michelle, you can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. So, you wanted us to be your messenger boys. That's what you wanted my boy to do, be your messenger boy. Why you K9 serpents sat up there, Hillary Clinton, laughing at that man because he wanted to free his people and separate from the US dollar. And does that affect us? That affects me too. Separated from the US dollar as a US citizen. But I know how to survive in the days that are coming. Why? Because I am anointed. Blessed by the Most High. Now, you may have a God, we just don't have the same God. But again, my message to you is, you going about your business, and we're going about our business like we've been doing. We're not thinking about you. When we're in our spaces, we're not worried about you. You need to be worried about that sun out there, you vampire. You need to be worried about that sun and not the sons of God. I'm sick. I'm not doing it no more. I haven't been having to do it. Until my ally Caucasians, right? Like I said, I don't have no problem. I don't walk around sitting here thinking about white people. And if I like them, if I don't like them, I don't think about it. All I know is when I go into spaces, if nobody is speaking to me, I'm not speaking to them. Because anytime that I have, it's a dumbass look I get. Well, I'm not saying nothing to you. It doesn't bother me. I don't have, it's cool. You don't have to like my people. You don't have to like me. Because I can create a one-woman army. Because I'm a warrior. Anywho. Like I said, you Aryan people, you guys are the weirdest people I have ever laid my eyes on. Sitting up there in white hoods and ski masks and talking about white power and niggers. You sound stupid, you look stupid, you steal everything. You stole the country music, you stole the rock and roll. That's what they was talking about in the movie. You came up to their door, with no soul. That's the blues. It was soulful in that mud. And you came up there with your banjo. No, stop it. Wanting to steal that man's spirit. Sammy, I heard your voice. Just like in Get Out. Wanting to steal the souls of innocent Aboriginal people. But our souls never die. And we will only multiply. And you might want to check your birth rates if you think I'm lying. That's why Elon wants y'all to do all this IVF. Good luck. Because what God has written in his perspicuous books cannot be undone. Doesn't matter what you have up your sleeve. You cannot escape death. That's what you're scared of. Death. losing power in death. It's gonna happen. What happens to you on the other side, although I don't know. Anyway, this is Triggering Truth. You speaking the truth. Truth is speaking. And the truth has only been spoken. And I would like to leave y'all. Bringing man to their true self. And it shall come to pass after that I have plucked them out, I will return and have compassion on them. And I will bring them again, every man to his heritage and every man to his land. To the Aryan race. He shall lean upon his house, but it shall not stand. He shall hold it fast, but it shall not endure. May peace be upon those who deserve peace.